I'm Caitlin Steffen. Thank you for tuning in to the Forever Evolving You. And this is where we all get in tuned in alignment with the Most High God. And this is opening up brand new doors. So I'm excited for you. And if you're new, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get to see it first. And I'm starting a new series, and this is going to be on self value and self love. And just all around, it's a selfish season in a way, because this is a selfishness we people pleasers like us we've never experienced before. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. My idea of the day would be value. Okay, value those that have. Okay, those that have value will naturally see yours. You're not going to have to go above and beyond for validation for people that are valuable. Sometimes we find ourselves seeking validation and doing things that are displeasing to ourselves for others' validations, when if they can't see your value, then they're not worth it. They're not even worth it, because you're not going around trying to stomp on people or prey on people's downfalls. You're a genuinely good person. And what happens is we have such a good heart that we take the world for face value and let it tear us apart. And this season, we're waking up to our power, and it's time to level up. So this can look like anything. Even just everyday life for people in your everyday life. If they can't see the goodness in you and they can't appreciate it and reciprocate it, then it's not worth your time. Because remember, we validate ourselves. I need to start. I guess I need to start another series for first. But I've been touching on this, you know what I mean? But I'm just now starting this new series. So I believe that when you're first meeting somebody, especially if you're changing the directory of your life, say you're not used to high status people or opportunities that are above your way of thinking, we tend to think we're not worthy, or we try to hide. We try to hide. And when you're walking into a room, I don't care if you're walking into your family's room and you are not acknowledged with respect, then you need to remove yourself from the situation, because in this season it's all about alignment with ourselves, because that's where the true power lies. And that goes for anything, especially change. If you're trying to change, inner self-love is the most important thing. Talk to yourself. People say that's crazy. That's because that's what they want you to think. If you talk to yourself, you are a step ahead of the curve, because you are your own best friend. That's where all your power is inside of you. You just didn't know it. And I'm happy to talk to you about it today. Okay, so anyways, and let's start taking better care of ourselves. The simple thing of keeping your bed sheets clean, even if you don't feel like it, but pushing yourself a little bit just to have them little simple things makes you feel good inside. And I know that's kind of off topic, but we're talking about things that make us feel good, and we're getting out of old habits that never served us. And that takes repetition with doing small things that we don't feel like doing, because you're never going to feel like it. You know what I mean? So to be able to set small goals and complete them, you got to follow through. You're going to feel gratitude. And that's important for your vibration too. That's what this whole series is going to be about. It's going to be about no more self-destructive behavior because you're a people pleaser, and no more being promiscuous because you want to feel loved when you're sleeping with multiple people, and all it's doing is leaving you feeling more used. Our society has painted a picture that is going to leave you broken. We can't welcome that kind of lifestyle in our life. Just because society says it's okay does not mean it's okay. Where does your happiness lie? That's what you need to ask yourself. And when we reach a certain level of misery or confusion or just overall jealousy, something has to give. You know what I mean? Something has to give. And it starts with self. Inner self development. And you are really looking at the girl or the boy you used to be when you were a kid. Because you're still that kid. You just grew up. And those of us that have all these dysfunctions, whether we're functioning in the world or not, it seems like we all have that lingering brokenness inside of us. And it comes from when you were a child. Who hurt you, who abandoned you. That's where it stems from. So if we can look back at where it started, we can see how we develop negative personality traits along the way. And criticism is the only way healthy criticism is the only way you're going to be able to break free from that. Is you need to be ready to receive criticism about what you're doing wrong in your life, because we come up with a lot of excuses, and them excuses keep us stuck. Where do you really want to be in 6 months from now? Because time's flying. You know what I mean? It's not going to wait on anybody. Obviously you're looking for something, or you wouldn't be on YouTube scrolling. And you're in a good place. You're in a great place. You know what I mean? Because we're evolving together. These are things that I've already figured out. I used to be very codependent, very didn't have no value. I couldn't see my own value, and nobody told me. That's the thing. Nobody's going to tell you that you're great. Nobody. Because they don't want to. They don't want you to see it. If you see it, then it makes them look bad. You know what I'm saying? So we have to look at ourselves and let's put a tag on ourselves with our own pen. You know what I mean? A price tag or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna bridge the gap between you and your dreams that you had when you were a kid. The you that got lost along the way. The you that really don't know what to do. That's why we got to stop and pause and be for ourselves and treat yourself like you would a child. Be easy with yourself. Don't be tearing yourself down every time you make a mistake. Understand that we all make mistakes. And you being open to saying, yes, I made a mistake. You're ahead of the curve. Because a lot of people can't. They can't. They don't want to be wrong because they're full of ego. And the ego is going to make them go 20 years and they're going to realize, wow, I have a lot of regret. And I don't want that to be you. And even if you are the 20, the person that's looking back on 20 years, God can redeem the time lost. It don't matter how old you are or how long you've been the way you are. You know what I'm saying? That's the great thing about God, is that he redeems. And the peace that you get after you get to where you got your own back, like solidly. You know what I mean? Like, I have my own back. Let's logically think and place out whatever it is in your life, like your spouse, if they've always made you feel unhappy or insignificant or whatever, look at it logically. I don't deserve that. You know what I mean? Because it's easy to get manipulated into relationships, but I don't want to wander off into that. This is any wherever you're at in life, it's time to develop a good tight bond with ourselves, to where you can trust yourself. Because if you're going around, let's use an example, if you're going around spreading your ass all over town, your inner self, it's like mangled. And you've ignored the voice for too long. I don't know who I'm talking to, but you've ignored that voice for too long. That one that makes you feel used, and the one that makes you feel like you need love and validation from men or whoever. When all you need is you to see it. If you see it, oh man, you're going to be a freaking great sunflower next year. From a seed, a little seedling, you get certain knowledge, and it waters the seed. And next thing you know, you are above all judgment from other people. You're above anything, any criticism or anything, because you know who you are, and you know who God says you are. And that's all that matters, you guys. And I'm going to end it there. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe. This dress makes me look like I don't have a neck. Ain't that funny? Yeah, stay up, guys. I'll be back with more. Till next time. Peace.